What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I will be taking a tour of Austin Drive Park. There's a sign right over there. This park is located in Markham. This park also comes with different features, which includes some water. So I am going to start off by walking this way. This path goes in a loop, by the way. It loops around the pond, but then there's also other paths that go beyond the pond. More so it goes away from the pond. So this park is more than just a pond. There's a lot of connecting paths. If there's not that many connecting paths, hopefully this is still a nice park. Good thing that this park has plenty full of trees. It makes parks very breathable spaces, you know. Because of course trees, trees add to the scenery of the park. This type of path I'm walking on right now is not a really paved path. It's more of a gravel path. I think that's a word, either gravel or it's made out of tiny little rocks that I'm walking on. It is nice to walk in a path that's surrounded by a lot of trees, you know, because trees mean oxygen, right? Trees provide oxygen, and trees do make the environment more breathable. So the path is going to curve from here because the path loops around the pond. So that means I will be turning this way. Sometimes when I go into parks, I wonder if I'm going to run into wild animals. Maybe other than squirrels, you know? If you see squirrels and raccoons, they're common. But what about running into coyotes? That can happen too, right? It's unpredictable. I'm gonna keep walking this way. There's a bench right there, really nice. There's a seating area. I see that the path that's branching out on the left though is another entrance to this same park. Very nice. It's another entrance and exit. I'm going to keep walking this way. This is the entrance from Highway 7, by the way, so people can also walk into the park from Highway 7. It is better whenever a park has its park signs everywhere, especially where entrances are, because some of the parks I've been to though, there's only one park sign. So say that the park is huge, there's a lot of entrances, but you only spot a few park signs. I think that there should be more. There should be at least a park sign in every entrance of a park though. I think that would be a good standard. And there's a wide opening right here. There's a bit of opening so you can see the pond from here. It looks really nice. Look at that. Really cool to look at the pond, you know. Oh, there's a bridge. I really like walking bridges. That's so cool. There's a bridge here. Wow. So it looks like that's not just a pond though. It is a pond, but at the same time the pond does connect to some kind of river or water. You can see that there's a pond right here. This is the even clearer view of the pond. Looks really nice. It is actually quite a spacious pond though. And then on the other side of the bridge though, there's also more of the river, which is pretty much the water of the same pond. You can see right over there. Let's get closer to it. That's what it looks like behind the bridge. So I am going to keep walking this way. Which route should I take? Should I go left or right? I guess in this case, I'll go right. There's a nice seating area right here, just a regular bench. But it's always good for parks to have them.
我去过的是呀。
I do notice that this park has some like good wayfinding, more like signage. And I'm saying that the signage, like it tells you like how far is each like major street though, you know? Like you'll see though, like there's screen signage right there. I'll go close up to it. I'll walk closer to the signage so that way like it's clearer to see the signage. See, like say for example, it even points out that like Kennedy Road is 700 meters away, Unionville is 1 kilometer, and Austin Drive, the road that like that's right beside this park, is 300 meters away. Very cool, right? Not all parks have this type of signage feature, but I mean it's very cool to look at. See, that's what I meant earlier. There's like, the paths do branch off sometimes, right? Like you can see that this path, like I was still walking on the right side, but it does branch to the left. So if I walk this way though, then that means it goes back to loop around the pond. And I guess after walking the loop around the pond, I'll walk in the other paths of this park as well. Because again, this park is more than just a pond. I'm still walking on what feels like gravel. The ground feels like gravel. And I think that after walking this though, I'll show the other parts of the park. And there's more benches coming up. I can see like there's a bench right there. I can see that there's some benches. And it does lead back to where I started though. I can see it does lead back to where I just started. So that is going to be the loop around the pond though. But now I am going to check out the other parts of the park though. So I'm gonna walk back from where I just came from. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna head back down and then take a different path. I think that the other paths will have like other cool features to see. So as I'm walking, I can see that there's a path like branching off on the right side. That's a path that I haven't been yet, and I am going to take that path. When I was taking the loop around the pond, I came from the left side of that path, of course, the left part, you can see. So I am going to walk this way and continue exploring the rest of the park. It is pretty tree dense though. This park, like sometimes some parts of it feels like you're in a forest though. But however, if it was a real forest though, it wouldn't be paved paths. You'll be walking more like unpaved paths, you know? Which is what I like though. It is good to like go to parks though, but sometimes it's good to alternate, you know? Like it's like if you really like nature and parks though, it's good to visit parks, but it's also good to like alternate and try other parks. It was pretty nice to walk on that bridge as well, the small bridge, whether it's a big or small bridge, you know. So I'm going to continue walking this way. So many trees here, lots of bushes. At least it's not one of those parks where it's just plain grass fields though. The weather is pretty decent today. It is a little bit humid though, but not to the point that I couldn't walk the park, you know. There were some days where like you go outside, you walk for just a couple of minutes, or you walk for just 5 minutes, and you're already like, you already feel like it's enough, you know. But today's not one of those days. Today's a day where I can do like, I can walk almost the whole park, most of it at least. So before I continue walking straight, I am going to make a right turn from here. Because I don't think I've been right before, and I want to see what this part leads to, you know. If I take a right turn, what will this part lead to? I'm gonna take a look. It is one of the parks that is very like tree dense, you know. Very nice park. It is more tree dense than some of the other parks that I've been to. I've been to many parks, of course. There's a bench right there for people to sit. Very nice. And I can see that the paved path ends. The fact that the path is paved, but it ends right here because it's going to become a gravel path again. I'm going to be walking on gravel or tiny little rocks. When it comes to like walking this part of these types of paths, it's important to have good shoes. Shoes in good conditions, shoes where there's like no holes on the bottom, no holes on the padding. Because the thing is, you don't want rocks to like enter your feet. When you're walking though, like sometimes the worst feeling is when rocks get in your shoe and then you realize it's like poking you, you know? And you realize that like painful feeling whenever there's like something inside your shoe. It is important to choose a pair of shoes though that work well with these types of long walks. And also can also withstand the gravel floors well, you know? I'm gonna keep walking this way because I'm pretty curious. I think it's going to lead back to like Austin Drive. But we'll see though. We'll see how far we can walk in this part. We'll see. Oh, there's a path like branching off this way. I know that if I go straight for sure, it's going to lead to like yeah, it's gonna lead to like the main road though. And you know what? It doesn't matter if I take this path over here, like, or this path though, because it just leads back to the road. It goes back to the main part of the road. As you can see right there, like it just connects to the main residential street. Now that I can see that it ends right here, the path connects to the road, I'm going to like turn back. I'm going to turn back and walk down to the main path that I was walking on, and I'm going to continue walking straight on that path. So, as you can see that the path now, it's now back at the main path that I was walking. So, I am going to make a right turn from here. It is going to be cool to walk this way. And I think that from here I can walk all the way to Kennedy. So I'm gonna keep walking this way. It does feel pretty bushy in this area. The reason why I say it's bushy is because of all the bushes around me and the trees. Like, imagine walking here in the winter time. It is going to be like a different vibe. Like, walking here in the winter time is going to be like Austin Drive, like different edition, you know? Like, think about it though, it's gonna be like a different vibe. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be so much more clear. Like, if you look at these trees right here, some of the trees, they look kind of dense, right? When there's a lot of trees, it's hard to like see far away, you know? But then if there was like no leaves at all though, and it's just like tree branches, you could see like pretty much like very clearly. This whole area is all gravel path. Just again as a reminder though, like if you choose to walk on these type of gravel paths or like parks that have these gravel paths, like do bring like the appropriate type of shoes. Like wear the right type of shoes, of course, because you don't want like rocks to get into your feet, you know? You don't want to have that painful feeling that, oh, you have to keep like taking off your shoe and you know, like because like there's a rock in your shoe, you feel like there's something inside your shoe. Like, you don't want that. You want to enjoy a comfortable walk. I just tend to like choose like paths that go in curves though. So you do know that there are paths that go straight, right? Sometimes there's paths that split up though. You have like the straight path, and then you have like the more like main paths, and then you have like the quieter paths that are like smaller, more narrow, leads more into the forest, or it doesn't matter. Like, I tend to like choosing the more narrow parks, you know, like the more narrow paths, you know. I think that the smaller paths are just cooler to walk in. There's another bridge right there. Oh, very, very cool, very cool. I am so excited to see this bridge. It is probably just like the other bridges I walked. But not every park has bridges, so whenever there's a bridge, might as well like take the chance and walk it, you know? Take the chance to walk over a nice bridge. Here's more of the water. There's like a set of rivers in this park, man. It seems like there's more than one river. I really wouldn't be surprised if the rivers are connected in some ways, you know? I think that they are connected. You can see that, okay, like there is water though, but it just looks pretty dirty. Get a clearer view if you walk this way. It is obviously not the type of water that people would swim in, not the type of water that like, you know, like it's not drinkable, of course. Like, obviously don't try to drink the water because it is very unclean. Looks more like swamp water to me. Looks like the water is like heavily polluted. If the sky was more clear today though, like and less clouds though, the water would look more blue. Because even swamp water like that, it looks like deceivingly blue. Like, it looks deceivingly like more blue because when you have the sky reflecting on it, you know? So I'm gonna keep walking straight. I don't care if the path curves or not. I'm gonna follow the path no matter what. Sometimes walking straight paths can be a bit boring and plain, so whenever a park gets designed though and there's a lot of space to utilize though, or you know, like it is good to make the path go in curves though. Like, I know that it is longer. I know it's faster to like walk the path like when it's faster to walk the whole park when the paths are straight though, but it just seems more like, it seems like the adventure seems more fun when the paths are curved. Oh, it is so bushy in this area. So bushy. I can see that there's a park sign right there, so like it is leading to an exit, an entrance to the park. Let's see what it looks like. It is probably an exit to Kennedy Road. Okay, yep, I do see the road. It is an exit. But the thing is, I'm not going to take any exits though. I just want to like walk the park as far as I can, you know? If there's an exit though, like, then I guess I'm going to turn back. I'm going to turn back this way. And just to show one more thing though, like you can see that the path goes underneath the bridge if I keep walking straight. But the thing is, I am not going to walk that way because that way is probably going to connect to another park. But today, I am just focusing more on Austin Drive Park. That would probably lead to some other park though. Probably another cool park, you know? Because once I get to like near Kennedy though, like Austin Drive Park is like, that's the end of Austin Drive Park. And then if I continue walking, that'll be like another park down there. There'll be more parks to visit, you know? I'd probably be excited to check out like the other parks that are beyond that bridge some other time. The parks are probably as nice as Austin Drive too, you know? But for today, let's focus on Austin Drive Park. So I'm gonna walk back though and see the other paths I missed on, because I do know that like, I think that there are a few other paths that I could have like checked out as well. So I'm gonna keep walking back from where I came from. So now I'm heading back to the area closer to the pond, because there is another path that I haven't checked out yet. As you can see that if I continue ahead though, it does lead back to like where the loop is, the path that loops around the pond. But if I turn this way, there's also another path on my right. So I'm gonna take this path right over here because I haven't took it yet. I also want to see what this path looks like, and who knows if something cool pops up, right? Oh, this is even more dense. There's even more shade here, which is what I like. So I'm gonna keep walking this way. I'm gonna keep walking and walking. And the path is becoming like more narrow. But I do like it because the more natural the path is, the better, right? The more fun it is to walk on. I like paths that are natural though, like paths that are like unpaved though, but at the same time, like paths that are not too muddy, you know? But because the thing is, if you walk on paths that are unpaved though, or it feels more like the experience is more authentic, you know? And of course though, if you're going to like walk into the woods though, you want to like stay off of the main path and walk more onto like the not so main paths. Or maybe like create your own paths, you know? If you walk in the woods and there's enough space between trees still, like change up your route though. Instead of walking the route that like, instead of walking the common routes though, like change up the path. Be a little bit more creative. And like create your own paths, you know? I'm gonna keep walking this way. See what it looks like. Oh, I don't even remember walking this bridge right here. Actually, I do. You know what? Yeah, I did walk this bridge earlier. I do remember walking this bridge right here. And that is just back where the pond is, you know? Very interesting. Very cool, right? Let's take a look at the pond like one last time. It is a nice sunny day. Nice reflection on the water, you know. Some nice wooden paths. I actually do see it. I actually like realize something. There's another path. So I walk past this bridge though, right? There's another path on the right. Where would that lead to? I'll take a look. I'll take a look and see where that leads to. Okay, it goes underneath the bridge. So if I continue this way, it's gonna lead to a different park, I bet. I think some other time I would be happy to check out the park that's down there if I go past this bridge. This bridge is Highway 7. Highway 7 is above this bridge, by the way, but I'm not really going to walk past this bridge. That's a park that I will save for another time. So I would like to say, this will be the end of the park tour video or park walk. Thank you guys for watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel. And if you do come to this park, remember that. Wear the proper shoes. There's a lot of gravel paths. Once again, please subscribe to my channel.